Today our topic is Epictetus on what you can and can't control. Epictetus was a Stoic philosopher who lived a long time ago, but his ideas are still very useful today. He taught that life becomes much easier when we understand what we can control and what we cannot control. This idea is simple, but it is very powerful. If we focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot control, we can live a more peaceful and happy life. Let me explain this idea in detail. First, let's talk about what we cannot control. Epictetus said that many things in life are not in our control. For example, we cannot control the weather. If it rains, we cannot stop the rain. If it is hot, we cannot make it cold. We also cannot control what other people think, say, or do. If someone is rude to us, we cannot control their behavior. We cannot control the past or the future. The past has already happened and the future is uncertain. We cannot control natural events like earthquakes or storms. We cannot control getting sick or growing old. These things are part of life, and we must accept them. Now, let's talk about what we can control. According to Epictetus, the most important thing we can control is our own mind. We can control our thoughts, our beliefs, and our reactions to what happens in life. For example, if someone is rude to us, we cannot control their rudeness, but we can control how we react to it. We can choose to stay calm and not get angry. We can choose to forgive them or to ignore them. We can control our attitude. We can choose to be positive even when things are difficult. We can control our actions. We can choose to be kind, honest, and hardworking. We can control our goals and our effort. We can decide what we want to achieve and work hard to achieve it. These things are in our control, and they are the key to a good life. Epictetus taught that when we focus on what we can control, we feel strong and confident. But when we try to control things that are not in our control, we feel frustrated and unhappy. For example, imagine you are preparing for a job interview. You can control how much you prepare. You can research the company, practice your answers, and dress well. But you cannot control the decision of the person who is interviewing you. They may choose someone else for reasons you do not understand. If you focus only on what you can control your preparation, you will feel confident and do your best. But if you worry too much about whether you will get the job, you will feel stressed and unhappy. The job is not in your control, but your preparation is. Another example is relationships. You can control how you treat other people. You can be kind, respectful, and supportive, but you cannot control how other people treat you. They may be kind or they may be rude. They may love you or they may not. If you focus on being a good person and treating others well, you will feel good about yourself. But if you try to control how others feel about you, you will feel disappointed and frustrated. You cannot control their feelings, but you can control your own actions. Epictetus also taught that we should accept what we cannot control. This is called the Stoic idea of acceptance. Acceptance does not mean that we like everything that happens. It means that we understand that some things are beyond our control, and we do not waste our energy fighting against them. For example, if you lose your job, you cannot change the fact that you lost it, but you can control how you respond. You can look for a new job, learn new skills, or start a new project. If you focus on what you can do instead of complaining about what happened, you will feel more powerful and less stressed. Acceptance also helps us to stay calm in difficult situations. For example, if you are stuck in traffic, you cannot control the traffic, but you can control how you react. You can get angry and frustrated, or you can accept the situation and use the time to listen to music or think about something positive. The traffic is the same, but your reaction makes a big difference in how you feel. Epictetus believed that the key to a good life is to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot control. This idea is very practical and can help us in many areas of life. For example, in sports you can control how much you practice and how hard you try. but you cannot control the skill of your opponents or the decisions of the referees. If you focus on your effort and your attitude, you will play your best and enjoy the game. But if you worry too much about winning or losing, you will feel stressed and not play well. In school, you can control how much you study and how much effort you put into your work. But you cannot control the difficulty of the exams or the opinions of your teachers. If you focus on doing your best, you will feel good about your effort and learn a lot. But if you worry too much about grades, you will feel anxious and not enjoy learning. In health, you can control your diet, exercise, and sleep. But you cannot control getting sick or having an accident. If you focus on living a healthy lifestyle, you will feel strong and energetic. But if you worry too much about getting sick, you will feel stressed and unhappy. In summary, Epictetus taught that the secret to a good life is to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot control. This idea is simple, but it is not always easy to do. It requires practice and patience. But if we can learn to do this, we will feel more peaceful, confident, and happy. We will not waste our energy on things we cannot change, and we will use our energy to improve ourselves and our lives. Finally, remember that life is full of challenges, but we have the power to choose how we respond to them. We cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control our thoughts, our actions, and our attitude. This is the wisdom of Epictetus, and it is a powerful tool for living a good life. So, the next time you face a difficult situation, ask yourself, what can I control? Focus on that, and let go of the rest. This is the way to peace, strength, and happiness.